First half of the season for him.
Broken bat fly ball left field towards the corner. Wells, nice play. He can cover some left field. Or any field you put him in, one out.
Casper shading more towards left center field. And as Dave mentioned earlier, the wind knocks this ball down as it's down the line, and Casper having to make a sliding catch. We've seen this before. But great concentration as he looks it into the webbing of his glove. Definitely a fair ball. But a nice running catch for Casper. Felix enjoying it.
That's a good job. You see how he circled that? He had it all the way, and then the wind, like you said, knocked it down, so he had to circle around it. Come back in.
I think for him, I mean, he could play all the outfield spots. As you mentioned, he has the arm to play right field, obviously, and we've seen him make that type of play in left field before. But he can also go out and help you out in center field. And he's creating a lot of value for himself, along with swinging the bat extremely well. But I think more than anything, in the outfield spots, I think Eric Wedge feels that he can pretty much put him anywhere he wants, and he's played all three of them this year.
Center field, the last 4 games, here's Big Jim tell me.
Line drive over the reach of Brendan Ryan. 1 run will score. Running third, heading home, Napoli. And the throw is in time. They got him. Casper Wells to Miguel Olivo in time to get Mike Napoli. And that will retire the side. But Michael Young will score. The Rangers have a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Wells charging the ball, and he fires a one-hopper to Miguel Olivo down with a tag to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 1-0 Texas.
In the zone.
Hit pretty well to left field. Wells going back. He's near the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch. He guns it back in. Moss digging back to first, or Smith digging back to first, and he will get back there safely. He had a retouched second base, but Moss robbed of extra base, 8 bases by Casper Wells.
Well, almost got it out. Stayed away from him, did Millwood, and we saw him go straight away center on Wednesday for a home run. This one slicing, and Wells just forgot about the wall, banged into it. Very aggressive base running by Seth Smith, which as he turned around second base, had to hurry back, but had to play in front of him. As Wells made a very nice play to rob Brandon Moss. That shows some power going off the field by Moss. That's pretty impressive.
You know, my wife is the one who always has to take him to a game. Here's a drive to left field, and it is run down by Casper Wells, tagging his Betancourt. He moves to third, where he is out. Not a wise move.
Going to run batted in with a fielder's choice with an infield out in the first inning. Fly ball left field line over. Casper Wells has some room, and he's there and makes the catch. 2 outs for the Rangers here in the 5th.
Right now, Iwakuma. You take a look at Casper Wells going over, makes the catch. Good concentration. Nice job by the fans. Keep their hands out of the way.
Yeah.
Give him a chance to make that catch and help his pitcher out. But Iwakuma in the 5 innings, 3 of the leadoff men have scored.
Ball, 2 strikes. There's a shot back into center. Wells will have to go back to the track and has room to make the catch. Well, that line drive by Molina. He got a fastball and drove it to deep center, back toward the deepest part of the ballpark.
Yeah, there was a good swing put on this, but Casper Wells gets on his horse, a nice route, able to run it down just in front of the wall out there in center. Here's a good look at it.
Two outs. The base is empty.
I'll guarantee you that's one of the first things that they bring up to him.
Little stroke left field. Wells read it beautiful. 1 out.
And that right there is one of the few pitches that he has thrown that's been hit hard in the game today. Granderson's base hit was hit hard, of course, the home run by Jeter, but then this one, this line drive off the bat of Martin, one of the few times that he's been hit hard.
Casper Wells, and that's to left field. Coming on Wells. Nice play. He is some athlete, huh?
I didn't think he was going to get there. Ball was dying in a hurry. Take a look at our Home Depot doing more on defense. As Casper comes in, the concentration really covered a lot of ground. Goes into the slide. Good play.
Great closing speed. Back to the top of the order, and Alex Gordon. Wells acquitting himself on a nightly basis quite well as an outfielder. Pretty well struck, right field. Wells, wow, nice catch! Boy, he stayed with that baby. Well done in the sun by Casper Wells. A 1-2-3 fourth inning. That's a fine athletic play. Stayed with it. That ball was carrying away from him. Great catch. Lazy pop. Long run Wells takes command. There's a throw to the plate. Got a chance. He got it! Wow, what a throw by Casper Wells. Did he get it himself beautifully or what? Trout saw that it was no contest. Great play.
Strong throw by Casper Wells, and it is a strike. Even with Trout's speed, I was surprised they'd send him on such a shallow fly ball. But a great throw from Casper Wells to cut him down at the plate.
That's outstanding. And that finishes off the Angels in the sixth.
Hits one to center field. Casper Wells, his ball is carrying on him and goes right to the warning track. Just a couple of strides short of the wall in center, but the inning is over. We will go to the ninth. The Blue Jays trying to close out Seattle. They've got a 5-run lead.
This team around 3-2. Here's a fly ball. Long run for Wells into the gap, reaching up, makes the catch. 2 outs.
Really a good play by Casper Wells. The ball was driven into the gap. Casper running after it. He has a pretty good beat on it. Good pitch, too, right above the belt. Chavez gives it a ride, but Casper, about halfway there, turned away from it. He stopped looking at the ball and ran to a spot, and that's where he ended up to make that catch. Never know, maybe picked up a half a step by doing it that way and was able to get there. Hit that.
Whereas you get wild and ball seem hard. Down into the corner, that is fair. One hop off the fence. Cruz will get into third. He's being waved in. Here's the throw to the plate. They have a chance. Oh, he's mean. Got it. Cruz was not busting it between first and third, and I was surprised to see Dave Anderson wave him. He was out by a mile. Nice relay. Good work by the Mariners to cut down that run at the plate. Mariners lead at 1-0.
At the end of the year.
I think A's pitching coach Kurt Young does something of that nature.
Shot right center field, and Casper Wells makes a catch, goes into a slide. So that's out number 1. And a hard hit ball by Reddick. Here's our trivia question. It's brought to you by AT&T. Question is, what player had the most hits for the A's in the 2006 season? That's the last time the A's made the postseason. Boss rips one down the right field line, and that's going to score 1. Here comes Drew, and they're going to wave him home. The throw to the plate is in time, and Drew is thrown out at the plate. 1 run does score, but the Mariners pull off the relay throw, and they cut down Drew at the plate. 4-2 as we head to the ninth.
Well, he can go the other way. We've seen a lot of that. Making a hard turn. He's going to go. Got it. He hesitated. The second step around first. That's what cost him. He second-guessed himself.
Well, that and one of the better throws you're going to see from a right fielder. Casper Wells, a great throwing arm, and this is an accurate throw that he makes, even with the speed of Trout. Little slice inside the bag. Smoke playing well off the line. able to get it past him. And our McDonald's Supermo, as you see Justin trying to keep it on the infield, isn't able to get to it. But a really good play by Casper Wells. Right about there. Now he turns it on. Casper, a strike.
Ball one to Terry Hunter. It's amazing how that one strike can mess you up. Great throw by Casper Wells. First met him last year, said that's his favorite position. Right field, loves gunning guys down on the bases.
Well, let's take a look at the throw by Casper. I mean, that's on a line. Still didn't get him by much, did he?
Right. So that one hesitation move cost him.
Double, very close play, but the relay was done well by Seattle.
Off the wall, and Wells played it well, got the ball back in, and it was just a matter of a strong one-hop throw, and Drew tried to go around the tag, leave a one out to get the ball. He did not have to, and just barely got his left arm as he tried to go for the plate.
Brett had 145 or 147, something like that.
That's a lot of ribs.
Uh-oh, that's trouble. Kick and run. Blues one by Seager. He comes out of the box, hesitates. Here's the throw. Got a chance. Got him. Nice play.
On the money.
Casper Wells takes a lot of pride in his arm, and you can see why. Throws out the speedy Peter Borges for the first out.
You're right, Dave. That little delay around in first base cost him. Game of inches.
Ball's hit hard down the line, but Casper Wells, they have to make an accurate throw with Borges running. Casper knew he was going to give it a try.
Money.
Yeah, perfect throw. See the tag by Dustin Ackley.
Well, that was beautiful.
Nice angle, though, by Wells getting around that ball and getting himself going in the right direction towards second. Strong.
Bar. Bar goes. Swung on. The left. Wells going on low. And he's got it easily. Double play. Second of the night. Wells.
It's a little cannon right there, Dave.
Easy throw for him, and he covered a lot of territory. His second assist here tonight. Casper Wells got the big arm in left field. It's a 3-3 ball game.
Having lunch with Walter Matthau and Hank Greenberg. Probably a little bit intimidated, I would think. The 0-1 is sliced to right field on a line and caught on a slide by Wells.
We see you, Casper.
Casper Wells, considered one of the top defensive outfielders in the Tigers system, showed you there.
That's how you make plays like this. Is you're off at the crack of the bat. You take a direct route to the ball, and as he starts his slide, the head doesn't move. Real good concentration, and he's able to make that play.
Outfielders checking it. 1-2. Popped up. Wells long run towards the line. He's there. Nice catch.
Having a chance to see him play some left field and watching him run from home to first, he can cover some ground. Wells, good looking athlete. Has to go a long ways. This ball in foul territory. He'll learn quickly that it will come back to you. Almost overran it.
Likes to throw. Felix has got him 0-2. Popped it up. Playable for Wells, short left field. Uh-oh.
Looks like Wells
They did make the catch. Here's the Wells throw back to first. He does have a good arm.
He does. That's something we're going to have to keep an eye on. You have a high sky, a lot of sun, and some wind. Not fun when you get these tweener fly balls as they're both going back. Brendan Ryan must not have heard Casper calling him off, because his job is to continue to try to catch it until somebody gets him out of there. Outfielder always has the priority on that.
How about that? Flipped the bill of his cap up after taking a forearm to the forehead. Payoff pitch. Lined in the left. Backing up Wells. Going back. Nice catch. Casper Wells, everybody, with two nice catches here in the sixth inning. Well done as he continues to earn his stripes here with the Mariners. He got a great jump on a ball that was laced off the bat of Alexi Ramirez and got it right before he bounced in to the fence, and appreciated by Pineda. Left field. Backing up Wells. Track. Reaching up. Nice catch. Casper Wells. And that baby all the way. Well done. 1 out. Good poke there by Hosmer.
Hosmer showing some pop, hitting the ball the other way. Casper getting back in plenty of time.
He takes a home run away. Looks like that might, that was going to hit the
close.
fence. It would have been real close. Good job. There's Jeff Francoeur.
Pick him up and
things work out. Line drive into center field. Coming up, Wells slides and he makes the catch. Casper Wells at the last second going into a slide. He gets to it and he makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th, halfway point. Royals lead 1-0.
Pretty well to center field, backing up Wells again. He's under it, and he makes the catch. He sure did, and they're going to double him off, so it's going to be 8-4-3 on the double play. Cano was the third, so he had a brain cramp there, but the Yankees do take a 3-2 lead on the Cano Fielder's Choice RBI. 3-2 New York.
After splitting 4 in KC. That one's driven to left field, deep, giving Chase Wells on the run, on the track, at the wall. He makes the play. Nice play by Casper Wells. Good power the other way by Teixeira.
Teixeira's got to be thinking, what's he doing playing over there? You see, we haven't seen this swing from Teixeira too often. And down and away, stays on it. Casper Wells sort of playing Teixeira straight up and easily gets over there. Not a whole lot of room to go for Wells there. And we've seen Tampa Bay play him in the outfield as well, not only on the infield, but straight pull. Casper Wells pretty much straight away there.
That's what we've seen.
1-2, lined in the left field. Good jump by Wells. He's there, makes the catch. 2 down.
That's a fine play by Casper Wells out in left field.
Very good closing speed.
The only way you make this play is what you said, Dave, and that is to get a great jump on the ball. We'll take a look at our McDonald's Supermo as Casper comes in. The concentration as this ball is sinking in a hurry. And a fine sliding catch by Casper Wells. And Felix pumped up. We'll appreciate the help. Not that he's need a lot of it in this game. Another look at it. With a sliding catch. Great play by Casper. Again, the jump was tremendous on that.
Top of the order, Daniel Nava, the left fielder, 1 for 3. Strikeout looking, base hit to right, ground out to second. Left field, slicing towards the line. Good effort by Wells. Made the catch. Made the catch. Fielding Kubrick with a late indication. What a fine play. All out. All in Casper Wells. What a catch. Fly ball left field. Wells into the corner. And backhands makes the catch. Well done.
That is not an easy play. A fine catch by Casper Wells. Again, just recalled from Tacoma. Eric Wedge puts him in the lineup right away. You see the concentration on his face as he goes. He knows the wall is coming up in a hurry down the left field line, and that ball slicing away from him. See him putting on the brakes just before he hits the wall, still able to make the catch.
Good jump. He's got some good speed. Wells back up here from Tacoma. Alex Liddy option to Tacoma.
Driven out to left field and deep, going back Wells. He's on the track. He's out the wall and can't make the play. The ball bounds into the corner. Nick Swisher around second. He's going to third. He is out. Oh, you cannot get thrown out when you are down by 4 in the 9th inning. Just a bad base running maneuver by Nick Swisher. You take that extra base, you got to be standing up.
A look says it all. First of all, Wells looks like he was there. He overran it. And not in a hurry to get there. Now all of a sudden hurries up. And the call's made by the home plate umpire, who just punched him right in the jaw almost with that call. Right on top of it is Scott Berry, and it looked like the fingers might have got in there.
2-0. Slicing drive, left field. Wells can run. Can he get there? Nice play. See if they can double up. No. Big out, though, to get Cabrera.
That was a great play by Casper Wells. Again, having to cover a lot of ground, playing over towards left center field. Makes the slide on the warning track out there. In our McDonald's Supermo, you see the concentration from Casper. He already knows that the runner, who's almost at third base, comes up and fires at Blanco with great speed, is able to slide back safely, but he made a close play out of it.
Yes, he did. Good athletic move. Pop up, slide, get up, and throw a strike. Here we go. Posey. Clean.
And they've been doing it for the most part without Kemp.
Fly ball center field. Casper Wells makes the catch. Puig is going to go to third. Here's Wells's throw. It is in time.
That's the stuff he does that is just kind of foolish, and they're trying to work with him on it, but he'll learn.
Well, nice job by Wells. He still had to make a clean throw, and he did on one hop as John McDonald was able to corral it. Wells back at his heels a little bit, but still with a strong arm. To now Puig to finish off the top of the third.
The belt. Slicing and driven deep to left, but Wells on the track makes the catch.
Well, carried a little bit better than Casper, I think, was expecting it to. Casper, a good outfielder. Typically, he will run to a spot, but you can see him starting to backpedal there. He knew he had it all the way, but I think he was expecting to catch it in front of the warning track.
And Gentry finds one to left center field in a hurry as Wells. He makes a running catch. Moreland a long way towards second. The throw, and they've got him doubled off. Well, Dunn got a piece of Moreland's spikes in his foot as Moreland tried to avoid the tag, but Mitch got caught almost to second base and couldn't get back in time. It goes as a double play on the fly ball by Gentry.
Off the bat, that sure looked like it was going to fall in, but it hung up there long enough for Wells to come over and make an easy play. Dunn didn't have much choice as he fielded that ball. Mitch was right there. And a little bit of a collision. Two big guys making a little contact right there.
Take it back. It wasn't his spikes, was it?
Mitch was thinking the same thing we were thinking. That ball was going to fall in, but just hung up for Wells in left field.
6 knocked in. And that ball hit deep into left field. Nobody's going to be able to get it. Yes, he is. Casper got a good jump, stayed with it, took the right route, reaches up and hauls it in.
Casper Wells probably a little better defensively than Diane Viciano, and he moves to his left and able to take a two-base hit away from Hardy.
Casper Wells, a good outfielder, a very good arm. So here's Roberts.
Originally drafted by the Texas Rangers. There's a looper into left, and it's going to be caught by Wells. Wells approaching that with extreme caution.
Yes, he was. I don't think that he was aware of what he was seeing. You see him there as he's starting to go for it, but it was the hesitation before that is what you were talking about, Dwayne, that put him in the position to have to go down to make that catch.
The thing is, well, it's like a lady being pregnant. She either is or she's not. You either have it or you don't. That's into left field. Back. And jumps and makes a catch. Yes! Right up against the wall. Looked for a second like that ball was going to carry out of here, Steve, and it just almost did. I can't expect that. Wells makes the catch.
Yeah, Casper Wells does a great job. I am very comfortable with the fact that he's out in left field, and he drifted and drifted and drifted before finally making a catch. And the fans here see it on the big screen. They applaud him as he goes up over the fence, timing his leap perfectly. That ball is going to be out of the ballpark unless he catches it. You don't see many more time better than this.
5 runs got to help any of the pitchers.
Absolutely. That's a curveball hooked toward right. Sliding attempt by Wells. He made the catch. And the side is retired. Well, that'll help your confidence, too, when you get a pretty good play by Casper Wells to wrap up the 6th inning. 7 in a row retired by Ethan Martin. Fly ball center field. Casper Wells back to the track, makes the catch. Say that ball went farther than I thought.
Yeah, Ether hit that thing pretty well, and Wells did a pretty good job of keeping it to the side like that, not getting turned around. I'd say he's more of a corner outfielder than a center fielder. He played that well.
And watch it squirm on the ice like a snake. What a sport. Behind first, and Cabrera gives up on it. And a collision on the warning track. And the ball is caught by right fielder Casper Wells. And Will Rhymes a little shaken up.
Yeah, that's tough right there with the crowd right there, the roar of the crowd. You go over there, I'm sure Rhymes and Wells were probably calling for this ball. You can see Rhymes kind of twisting that right wrist around. Cabrera realizes he's got to give away to one of these two guys, and it's Casper that catches the ball, but Rhymes makes, it's Wells that makes Casper Wells that makes the catch, and you can see Rhymes hitting Wells.
Wells a bigger man by a lot. And so 1 out here in the 2nd inning. Squirted to right and through. Mauer's going to score. And Kubel is tagged out easily with Wells coming up with a throw. Delman Young with an RBI single, the only hit of the inning, but the Twins get a couple and lead it for the first time tonight.
Heading down the right field line, and a long run by Bosch, or Wells rather, the right fielder, and he tracks it down in foul territory. So Quentin is out of there.
That's a nice play by all three. Both Cabby and Rayburn, they went as hard as they could possibly go until they heard Casper Wells call them off, and then they just peeled out of the way. That's exactly what you do. You go as hard as you possibly can, and then you can see visibly Wells calling both off multiple times.
Big pitch here. 1-2. Here it comes. And it's lined to left field. Sinking. Base hit. Scudero scores. Here comes Pedroia. They're going to send him home. The throw from Wells. He is out at home plate.
What a throw by the rookie Casper Wells, making his major league debut.
His first big league assist. Wells comes up throwing from left. And he nails Dustin Pedroia.
To Jason Repko. He drives a sharp drive to left and a sliding catch by Casper Wells. And the Tiger rookie outfielders taking center stage here in the 5th with 2 outstanding catches. But the Twins get the first run of the game.
Line drive right field. That ball is hit well. Wells with a running play. Casper on the warning track and to the wall. Nicely done. They will settle for 1 run as we go to the bottom of the 6th.